Royals have jumped out of the blocks like a house on fire with 2 wins from 2.
All bowled again.
And the first 100 of the Pakistan Junior League to Basit Ali, the Majestic.
100. What a performance from Basit Ali.
Mardan Warriors will have to dust themselves off after losing a tight contest against the Raiders. It's match number 7. Who will reign supreme?
Welcome back to the Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore, where we are set for the next match of the Pakistan Junior League between Bahawalpur Royals and Mardan Warriors. The PJL continues, where we are seeing the top under-19 talent from around the world. And I have with me some top commentary talent here, Sikandar Bakht and Darren Ganga. Sikandar, let's talk about yesterday's game. Bahawalpur really took that one down to the wire.
Yeah, they did. And good thing about that match was that it was a hard-fought game. So even the side losing can take a lot of positives out of it. If they want to believe that they are here to stay, they can say that even if you want to beat us, we won't make it any easy for you. And this is what happened yesterday with the match summary. You can see 131. The bowling is good for Mardan Warriors, so they tried to defend that. Obviously, 130s is very tough, and you can't really expect a win out of that. But they did put up a fight, and that's important.
Darren, Charlie really teared through that bowling lineup.
Yeah, they looked like they were backloading that chase with a lot of runs in the last 5 overs, but he came in and he took control of the chase. I like to see that with a young player, when a player could assess the situation and know exactly what's required. He struck boundaries at the right time. Afnan as well, Afnan Khan, who partnered him at the end there. Yeah. They didn't leave it to anyone in the end in this run chase, and it was so pleasing to see the maturity in which they went about that run chase. Could only do well for their individual careers.
And it's about their bowling. They kept that pressure on. They didn't make it any easy for the batting side. It's just that they didn't have enough runs for the bowlers to defend that. And yeah, we are at a moment you could actually feel that the batting side is trying to make it tough on themselves too. For some reason, we have 2 high-scoring games. The game in the afternoon was pretty big. 182 was chased, but this one was very sluggish. And for both sides, it wasn't easy to score runs here.
Right.
Yeah, I just feel that, you know, they lost wickets, Mardan Warriors, in that middle period. They were 93 for 7 after 15 overs, and they never had the depth in their batting to capitalize on the last 5. The last 5 only producing 38. That's how they ended up with 131. And it was supposed to be an easy chase. They made it a little bit difficult for themselves, and in the end, they got through.
They really did. What do you think they should be doing differently today?
Well, I think they need to bat better, a lot better. When you look at this Royals team, it's a strong team with the in-form Basit Ali. It's a team that, of course, they've secured 2 wins previously in their 2 matches and 2 wins chasing. So the first thing they've done well is they've won the toss and they've elected to bowl first. So they're putting this side to bat first, which is the first time that they're having to do that in this tournament.
Right. Bahawalpur must be feeling a bit confident. You know, they've won both their games. So going into this one, they'll definitely be more sure of themselves.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they look like a complete unit, complete squad. They've got the depth in their batting as well. The middle order is performing. Their bowling is varietyful. I mean, they've got good spinners. They've got the fast bowlers who are keeping the attack on. And that is why they are right on top of the table with a very healthy run rate. It will take a task to beat them. I don't know. We were just talking about how the chases have become easy because out of 6 games, 5 have been won chasing. Yeah. But we shouldn't really follow that trend. And if Royals, of course, end up batting second or, batting first, then that might test them. If they're that good, can they win batting first or not?
Well, let's find out. Sana Mir is ready with the captains.
It is match number 7 of Pakistan Junior League, and I've got the 2 captains from Bahawalpur Royals and Mardan Warriors. Ubaid Shahid is with me and Abbas Ali. And to oversee the proceedings, I've got the match referee Iftikhar Ahmed. Ubaid has the coin.
Head.
Head is the call. And head it is. अब्बास टॉस जीत गए हैं, कल टॉस हारे थे, पहले बारी करनी पड़ी, आज क्या करना चाहेंगे?
हम लोग बॉलिंग करेंगे।
उसकी कोई ख़ास वजह?
विकेट पे थोड़ा मॉइस्चर है, कोशिश करेंगे कि इससे फ़ायदा उठाए, को बॉलिंग को सपोर्ट देगी शुरू में, तो इसलिए बॉलिंग कर रहा है।
और जब आपने चेस किया था तो 8 विकेटों से जीते थे, कितने रन्स पे रिस्ट्रिक्ट करना चाहेंगे? भावलपुर ऐसी टीम है जो दोनों मैचेस जीती है अभी तक।
जी कोशिश करेंगे इंशाल्लाह 140-150 तक रिस्ट्रिक्ट करें, इसी तरह चेस कर रहे हैं।
और बैक टू बैक मैचेस 24 घंटे के अंदर वापस आना पड़ा है, कोई चेंजेस हैं आपकी टीम में?
जी बिल्कुल 2 चेंजेस है, आर्ची की जगह फारूक खेल रहा है और तैयब की जगह इरफान खेल रहा है।
सो आर्ची को कोई इंजरी है जिस वजह से उनको ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं?
नहीं, वो रेस्ट कर रहा है और उसका माइंडसेट ये बने कि मैं रेस्ट करना चाहता हूँ, तो स्ट्रॉन्ग कम्बिनेशन के साथ जा रहा है। फारूक थोड़ी लंबी बैटिंग लेके जा रहा है, तो फारूक खेल रहा है उसकी जगह।
ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट।
ओके।
उबैद, दोनों टॉसेस आप जीते थे और बॉलिंग करने का मौका मिला, आज पहली दफ़ा टारगेट सेट करेंगे, क्या समझते हैं कितना टारगेट होना चाहिए?
जी कोशिश करेंगे 170-180 करें, इस विकेट पे अच्छा टोटल है, उसके बाद हमारी बॉलिंग जिस तरह की है हमें उम्मीद है कि हम आसानी से डिफेंड कर लेंगे।
और बासित अली जैसे प्लेयर जिस टीम के अंदर हो, ऑब्वियसली बैटिंग थोड़ी आसान हो जाती है, और कौन कौन से प्लेयर्स से कोई बात हुई है आपको कि किस तरीके से इनिंग्स को मजीद अच्छा बिल्ड किया जाए?
जी अभी तो देखें तो बासित ने दोनों मैचेस में आउटस्टैंडिंग खेला है, सिंगल हैंडेडली वो तकरीबन मैच को ले गया, लेकिन आप देखिए अगर किसी और को मौका मिले, हमारी टीम में और भी स्टैंड प्लेयर हैं जो ऐसे हैं कि हमें वन साइड मैच जितवा सकते हैं।
और पिछले मैच में आपने 24 for 4 कर लिया था ऑपोजिशन को, उसके बाद एक लंबी पार्टनरशिप बन गई, उसको कैसे आप समझते हैं रेक्टिफाई कर सकते हैं?
जी देखिए क्रिकेट इसमें ऐसे ही होगा, कभी किसी टीम का अप होगा, कभी डाउन होगा, तो उन्होंने अच्छी क्रिकेट खेली, क्रेडिट गोस टू देम। हमने बीच में थोड़ी स्लो पे फील्डिंग कर दी, थोड़ी बॉलिंग वेवेड होगी जिसकी वजह से उन्हें चांस मिल गया कम बैक करने का, तो कोशिश करेंगे कि इस मैच में वैसा ना
कोई टीम चेंजेस हैं?
नहीं, हमारी सेम प्लेइंग है।
ओके जी, ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू।
So the news from the center is Mardan Warriors have won the toss and they are bowling first.
Right, the Bahawalpur Royals are being put to bat. Sikandar, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm very sure that the Mardan Warriors think tank with Abdul Rahman there and Shahid Afridi, they would have tried to figure out how do they get Basit Ali out. They've seen him play 2 knocks, one of 50, one of 100, and he is the guy who's leading the way. So if you can get him, that's the key. Yohan Mane, I mean, he's looked like a good bowler. They haven't really used him properly. Batting, opening, I really not sure, but I'm sure they'll go on with the same combination. And then they have the depth in their bowling as well. So they're a good side.
Right, let's look at the Mardan team for today.
Well, Mardan Warriors, they started well as we speculated. The captain winning the toss, Abbas Ali, and opting to bowl first. And it's a side with 2 changes. Mohammad Farouk is into the side to strengthen the batting, the right-hand batter, and I'm sure he'll bat at number 4. And then there is Mohammad Irfan, the left-arm orthodox spinners. We've seen left-arm spinners take quite a few wickets, so that will strengthen their bowling lineup. They need runs from the top order, like they did produce in that first match when both George Thomas and Shahzeb Khan put on 103. So that will be crucial in their run chase. But for now, it looks an all-round team and a team that should use that solitary victory that they've achieved in the tournament so far to propel them to better things in this contest.
Right, those were the teams. For now, let's go to Tino, who's ready to tell us about that pitch.
Yeah, thanks, Roha. Pleasant conditions out in the middle as we prepare for game number 7 at the Gaddafi Stadium. Little breeze coming across here, so it'll be nice and pleasant for the players in the middle. Today's pitch is pitch number 7. It's the same pitch that we played on yesterday, so it had a good 80 overs of cricket on it. And when I take a look at the surface, the first thing that comes to mind and that I can see is the fact that it's a lot less green on the top of the pitch. The grass that was there is still there, but underneath the surface, a bit drier than it was yesterday, but there's still a tinge of green. And that's because at the end of the game yesterday, the groundsman just came out and gave us a bit of a sprinkle, try and keep it together and make sure that it's solid for today. There was rain forecast for today, this afternoon as well, so this was covered for about 3 or 4 hours, only opened up at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun wasn't baking anymore, so there might be a bit of freshness under the surface. And I think as we saw last night, under lights, a bit of movement for the seamers when they hit the seam. So I expect a little bit more of that this evening, probably not so much. The spinners, I don't think will have too much to do in terms of turning the ball again. It's a nice flat surface. Ball will come onto the bat. Now, the Mardan Warriors captain was talking about 140 to 150 is what they feel they can keep the Royals to in that first innings. If they do, they're going to have to bat extremely well because the 2 times they batted, they've only managed to get 131. But all in all, when I look at the surface and I look at the way that the pitch is played yesterday and throughout, good batting conditions, and I look forward to plenty of runs out here this evening.
Thanks, Tino. We couldn't catch his hat today, but thanks for that report. Darren, what do you think of the pitch?
Yeah, it's the same pitch, pitch number 6 being used. We scored that chase 186 is what was chased in the first game yesterday, and then that low scorer 131 was eventually chased. So I just think there will be a lowering of bounce. Maybe the spinners might get a little more turn than what we saw yesterday, but definitely there will be swing on offer. The dew factor not so significant in my estimation, but I agree with Tino Mawoyo. It's still a very good surface for batting.
Well, we found out about the pitch, we found out about the teams. Now let's get to know our player, Basit Ali.
जी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैंने अंडर 13 से क्रिकेट का आगाज़ किया और 2 साल अंडर 16 खेला और उसके बाद 3 साल अंडर 19 खेला और उसके बाद फिर मैंने परफॉर्म किया लास्ट ईयर 600 रन ने पौने 600 रन ने और वहाँ से परफॉर्म करके आया यहाँ पे PJL खेल रहा हूँ। पूरा दिन ग्राउंड में होता था, जैसे फिटनेस वगैरह जो एक्टिविटीज़ थे वो बस क्रिकेट के करता रहता था पूरा दिन। खाना भी ग्राउंड में मतलब खाता था। मेरा मुराद जमाली से लेकर यहाँ तक काफ़ी मुश्किलात आई और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैंने अपना मेहनत नहीं छोड़ा और यहाँ तक आया। ये एक तारीख़ी लीग है और यहाँ पे बहुत से इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर्स भी हैं और सीनियर कोचेस भी हैं, उनसे हमें सीखने को बहुत कुछ मिल रहा है। मुझे बाबर आजम बहुत पसंद है और उसका कवर ड्राइव, कट, बैक फुट, पुल। पाकिस्तान जूनियर लीग मेरे क्रिकेट कैरियर के लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, जिससे मैं परफॉर्म करके अंडर 19 पाकिस्तान और अच्छा क्रिकेट खेल सकूं।
Well, Basit Ali there, a Babar Azam fan. No surprises there. Sikandar, quick prediction of the day before we go back to comms.
I'm going with the Royals. I believe that they've been playing some good cricket and I want them to be challenged. They're batting first. Can they put up a good score and defend it?
Darren, who's your team?
Well, I would be inclined to supporting the underdogs, Mardan Warriors, because I think they've won the toss. They've elected to bowl first, and it's a side that needs a win just to get them back on track. I like to see a good contest.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Sikandar. That's all from us here, and over to the commentary now.